This is Telugu, no Telugu, only English. Okay, what are ancestors' curses? In case if you want to understand what's ancestral curses, what we talk about ancestors' curses would be like without any great knowledge about who are our ancestors and how the curses will look like, we make a lot of assumptions that perhaps ancestors' curses will be these that are um, negative and in impact. But the truth is that ancestors are our own 7 generations up grandparents and grandfathers who have lived life like us, you and me, for a certain number of years, and inside of that they have done some decisions just like you and me who would have made some decisions, some vows, some kind of agreements with ourselves and with a group of people which have no expiry date. Okay, it's just like an example. Some of you might be writing, or some of you might be saying to your friends, I'm indebted to you forever. I'm gonna take care of you. Okay, that's like a vow that you have thrown into the universe. Like, I'm gonna take care of you. Till when? Till what time? It's not specified. So what happens? These kind of vows gets into the memory bank of our thing. So what happens is this call is not to talk about doubts. It's only to talk about ancestral healing. Okay? If I have time, I'll answer, but please don't deviate me from the topic. I will have a question and answer on your things. That time we will do it. Please respect the flow of the thought process, because most of the times what I do is channeling, and in case if I get distracted like this, it becomes very difficult for me. All right, Amma? So don't ask me any questions about money. Don't ask me any questions about not about the topic. Today we are doing only ancestral healing, Pitru healing. Okay, so let's stick to that topic. Please cooperate. Okay. Uh, so what happens is when we say, I will take care of you, I'll help you, I will stand by you. Oh, this is very dangerous. We shouldn't be doing this. So what happens is these kind of things our grandparents also would have done because of their circumstances and situations. And at that time, it translates into a unspoken agreement that gets imprinted into their DNA, which translates into the whole lineage. So sometimes it might lead into problems that we face, unexplainable problems that we go through for no reason or no specified reason, but it, it poses problem in our health. All my, you know, if you know there is a Pitru thing which we usually say as curse, but actually it's like some agreements, some kind of self preservation protection mechanisms that our ancestors use to be safe. And because we don't have the maturity to handle this prolonged manner, what we think is that it's like a curse, it's like a blockage. So we try to do a lot of prayers, we do a lot of Vedic prayers to help ourselves to let go of these kind of things. Still, there's another way, which is a very experiential way to help ourselves to release these curses through our healing mechanisms. So what we can do is use that as a base to first honor our ancestors, secondly um, ask them directly and get experiences about themselves. Usually ancestral healing is a little uh, emotional healing session, so please be a little more wary about it. Secondly, um, it's like a complete meditative experience which you experience rather than watching me. So before doing it, what I want you all to do is, please bring a small, light a lamp. Okay, that would be a way to honor our ancestors. So please light a lamp and keep it next to you. I'll wait for 2 3 minutes. Without lamp, the session will be useless. Did my did again this got stuck, Amma? I'm not able to see any messages. Is anybody messaging me or no? Nobody is messaging me, is it? Okay, I think it is got stuck or something. Okay, some message is coming. Okay, I hope you all got some diyas and lit a lamp. Did you all do it? Can you please confirm? Yes, yes, yes. You will have a problem. Your sisters will also have the same problem. Your grandparents or your mother, father would have the same problems. Your cousins will also have the same problem. Only your lineage will have a problem in this particular aspect. So that is how you'll come to know whether I have this kind of a problem which is related with my ancestors. Okay, so once now let us all close our eyes and let's do one grounding exercise which can help us to ground, because we are accessing these divine realms and ancestral realms. We will once protect ourselves from grounding. So what you do at a collective level, I'll want to first keep a bubble of protection to all the people who are here today, along with all the future viewers who join in between, so that they're all protected from any kind of negative influences during this session. No harm is made in this session to anybody. Then let's all close our eyes for a moment and imagine in this session, in this grounding practice, you may know to do things or you may not know to do things, but we will allow yourself. You'd have intention. I will do the rest for you. So imagine you're growing some thick roots from the bottom of your 2 feet, just like a banyan tree. Imagine they're just popping out in your imagination and allowing it to go all the way down to your ground from wherever you're sitting, crossing all the layers of the floors. Okay, just imagine two roots growing from your feet all the way going down. And from there, imagine it's just going deeper inside, just like a banyan tree root which grows inside the earth, crossing all the layers of the soil, sand, water, magma, stones, and vacuum and stuff, and keep going inside. Similarly, imagine you're going all the way down, crossing all the layers, all the way down, 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 with every breath of yours, going deeper and deeper into the earth to the center where you see a huge light. Just like an eyeball has an eye as a center, just like an eye has an eyeball to the center, like this is huge earth, and that red is the core, the self vigorating energy that helps us to nurture this whole planet. So, to their core, next to it is Mother Earth sitting very royally, comfortably in a big chair. So just see how she presents to yourself. Is she what kind of sari, what kind of jewelry, what kind of bindi, what kind of tiara, how is her smile, what are the tools she's holding, how is her hair. Just get present to as many details as possible in your imagination and tightly ask permission to wrap the roots around the chair that she's sitting on. As she agrees, allow these roots that you have grown from your left foot to tightly wrap around the four limbs of the chair. And as it's tightly wrapping, just like an anaconda root, wrapping around on a tree trunk, just like that, it totally wraps. Notice that gentle pull at the bottom of your left foot, while the right foot feels a little lighter. Now, allowing the right foot roots to totally wrap around the chair that Mother Earth has been sitting, totally wrapping all around, totally tightly. And as you tightly wrap, notice that pull you also start having it to the bottom of your right foot as if it's glued to the earth. At this point, as you totally wrap it, thanking her for grounding experience, and bring yourself back from that core center all the way from the roots to your foot, all the way back to the center of your heart. And as we have already placed ourselves into this wrap of bubble, which is like a super protective layer around the whole viewers that are right now live and the future viewers, knowing that you're totally safe, let's proceed to do a visualization. So, being in that closed eye state, imagine you're sitting in a pleasant evening. Today is a very pleasant evening. There is a nice uh, fire kind of a place where you have done a nice seating arrangement with lot of chairs around. And then around those chairs, you start with inviting your ancestors. So, as you imagine your mother, bring into your mind's eye or invite each of these ancestors to come and occupy those chairs as you welcome them into this ritual of healing and releasing the ancestral curses. So, once you are ready, go ahead and ask Divine to be there all along in our presence to lead this divine ritual. You just invite your Ishta Devata to be also present. And as in their presence, notice there's a huge ball of light that is coming your way, more brighter than a sun. Huge ball of light. And it feels like a tunnel. And from that tunnel, here comes the ancestors one by one upon your calling. So let's start with our mother's side. So invite all your mother side's ancestors, mother's father, mother's mother, and all the relatives in that direction. So if your mother is alive, Go ahead with your grandmom. If your mother already has passed away, start with your mother. So, mother, mother's relatives, mother's mother, that is our grandmom, then granddad, then mother's grandmoms, sisters, if you know anybody, grandmoms, uncles, grandmoms, brothers, sisters, all the relatives that you may be aware of from your mother's side. Just invite each one, and as you bring the memory of them into your mind's eye, imagine they walking closer to you from that white tunnel and occupying a place on the chair that you asked them to. You have made an arrangement for them. So keep welcoming each one of them with a gentle smile. So inviting mother, mother's mother, mother's father, if they are there. Just see who all are coming, and with a broad smile, with a broad happiness, invite each one of them into your gathering. Ask them to be gently seated with lot of respect and reverence. Now go ahead and do the same for your mother's father's side. Granddad, granddad's brothers, if you know of any, your father's brothers or father's sisters, father's uncles, father's aunts, grandfather's uncles, grandfather's aunts, grandfather's brothers, whoever comes into your mind's eye when you say grandfather, just invite them into this holy ceremony and ask them to be seated. Now, as they occupy these chairs, these chairs are increasing in multitudes. Like so many chairs are there. There are a lot of empty seats. It's not that there is no one that they can stand. So everyone has a seat and everyone are gently seated. Now look back and ask any other ancestors that are ready to come for this ritual to accept our homages. You may not know them, but they are present. They're from your lineage. They might be present from the last 7 generations from your mother's side. Just invite them into your ritual. Ask them to be seated. You may not know them, you may know them, that's all right. Just ask them to be seated. Now move to your father's side. Father's mother, mother's brothers, mother's sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, if any, whoever you think that can show up from your father's side. Then go ahead for your grandfather, grandmom from your father's side. Father's mother's father, and then the grandparents whom you know, and their uncles, their aunts. Bring them all to the mind's eye, and as you bring that memory, imagine they just coming out of that white tunnel, light tunnel passage, all the way coming closer to you and gently being seated as you welcome them with lot of smile, lot of reverence, lot of gratitude. Now focus on father's side. Okay, so just gently, whoever have joined late, it's fine. Close your eyes and bring all your ancestors into your mind's eye. Father, fathers, uncles, who are all coming from your father, and fathers, grandfathers, all those coming from your fathers. As you invite gently into this ceremony, see to it that your fathers, all the people who passed away, are welcomed. Make them sit with lot of gratitude and reverence. Then your father, grandfather, grandmother, their aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins, who are all ready to come, please do come. Ancestral healing and ancestral gratitude session is a honoring our ancestors. You don't have to necessarily do only if you have any doshas, you know that you have a struggle or pain. Even if you don't have, just to celebrate their existence, you can still do it. All right, so we don't have to be always scared of these ancestors because they're all part of our lives. Without them, we don't exist. So for a moment, also think about, if you're married, your husband's side, mother's her husband mother's side, husband mother's and mother's side. If there are any people, please do welcome them. Do the same with your husband's or your wife's, spouses. Essentially, spouses, father and father side. So whoever you think are ready and they're coming, please invite them into the circle. You may not them know them personally, but since we are all under this protection bubble, know that who are all coming from that white tunnel are all your ancestors. So you don't have to be worried if this person, maybe I don't know them, but there I see someone coming. It's all right. They're all your ancestors. Your spouse's ancestors or your ancestors. And as you see, if you look back around that fire ceremony, there's so many chairs and there's so many ancestors sitting around. So greeting each one of them in your mind's eye. Just gently look each one into their faces, whomever you identify or not, and just say thank you. Thank you for all their presence. So firstly connecting with your mother side and say, mother side people whom all identify, say hello, namaste, thank you for being here. Thank you for all my mother, grandmother, maternal grandfather, maternal granddad, grandmom, uncles, aunts, all the family members. And as a collective, just express your gratitude for their love, influence in your life. Fondly share some memories with each one of you. It's like let it be a celebration. So just see if you can look into each of those mother side people whom you know. Talk to them with lot of love. How are you? How are you been? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. If any memories do come into your mind's eye, do share with them all those memories that you had with your maternal side people. From there, move to your father side people. Look at each one of them again. Say thank you for all the experiences. Talk to them with lot of love, reverence, gratitude, appreciating, recognizing their role in your life. Now moving to your spouse's whole family, ancestors, whomever you know, whomever you don't know, still we honor them. So thanking each one of them for being here. And once you do that, also ask for any other loved ones that you have dearly passed away, but they are there because they feel you are part of their soul tribe. So perhaps there might be your friends or mentors or teachers. If there are anyone who have come from that white passage, please welcome them either. Ask them to sit. As you welcome them, have a broad smile, feelings of warmth, and say thank you, thank you. Celebrate the memories with each of those loved ones and teachers or mentors who have showed up into this sacred gathering. And now that you have connected with each one of you, and as you speak to them with lot of love and connectedness, just gently hold your hands like a namaste and ask your ancestors at a collective level to release you from any kinds of clutches that your ancestors might be holding on, which might be impacting you and your lineage. Not just yours, but your cousins, your sisters, your brothers, all the people in this lineage. So, right now, starting with health. So, ask all your ancestors with joined hands, please release us, all our lineage people, family, from all these ancestral curses, vows, doshas, blocks that have affected the health of our family lineage at a collective level. Please bless us with healing and vitality for myself and future generations. And as you ask, imagine they saying, granted, tatastu. Next, ask for money blessing. So ask them to release any kind of ancestral burden that they share that we unknowingly or knowingly inherited, that is blocking our money and relationship with money growth. Not just us, but all the people in our family lineage. Ask them to remove the veils of these burdens that we have inherited and we accept it without our conscious acceptance. And imagine they, at a collective level, just removing that veil that they have placed on us about the money and growth in our life. Now look at relationship with spouse. So if there are any kind of ancestral curses, vows, blocks that are affecting the relationship and marriage within our family, including myself, which can be appearing as barbed wires, that are like heartstrings between our ancestors and us, which is really impacting our relation with marriage and spouse. Just asking our ancestors to cut it. And as you cut it, as they cut it, imagine you getting freed up from these chains that are posing as blocks in your relation with your spouse. Ask them for love, harmony, and connection in your partnership. And imagine they, with a very loving smile, saying, "Yes, my child, given, accepted." Now, let's move to our children in case if you have any. So, asking for all the release of burdens, curses that have influenced the relation between you and your children in this lineage. It can show up as fights between your children, it can show up as lack of understanding, lack of support, lack of acceptance, any health problem, whatever that is between you and your child that you are struggling. Just make a personal appeal. Make this session as personal as possible by actually requesting the pain that you're going through in your life, and if there is a ancestral burden or a curse, requesting for release rather than making it a generic. Though when I say, I do it as a generic statement, when you listen to it, make it a personal appeal. The more personal, the more it becomes easy for them to lift it out. You can just tell it in so personalized language. If you are talking to your mom, say, "Ma and all the ancestors, see my son. He's not succeeding no matter how hard work he does. If there is anything that is stopping, it's not just my son, but my sister's daughter or son also is going through same thing. And I also see this happening with my cousins. And I think there is something that is blocking our relation with our children's success. Can you please remove the veil? Can you cut the blocks of lack of having success, so that they can all success and be happy, and in that you can also be proud about your grandchildren or great great grandchildren and their lineage that's coming forward." Make it as personal like this. If you want, you can do the same with money. Because of this, I'm not, no matter how hard I work, I'm not able to have money, save money, create money, I lose money. So please remove, if you have mistakenly, unknowingly have done any kind of curses or any kind of vows on contracts that our lineage, you should not have money or we should not have money, and because of that, if we, it's translating into we not having enough money in our banks, in our pockets. No matter what, the moment we have, there's a lot of debts that's coming up, or there's a lot of expenses that's coming up, and it's that it shows up as we are always in debt of money. Same with success, same with power. So please release us from these burdens. You can make it as personal like this. And same with work. Ancestors, in case if you had gone through burdens while working at your career, be it entrepreneurship or business or working under a private limited government company, any other kind of profession, any problem you have gone through, and that has resulted in this kind of burden that passed on us, which is making us have no clarity, lack of fulfillment, or having no success in our path. Please bless us. Please remove these veils of or traces of stagnancy, obstacles, hindrances that showing up as lack of visibility, lack of strength, lack of shyness, showcase of my talents and gifts, lack of opportunities, or being like having no confidence, growing up. Please remove all that for me, and not all the future generations, for all the lineage, my cousins, my sister, my brother. Let them all be released from this, if at all any. And note them nodding their head and say, yes, that's done. Do the same with success. Anything that have hindered our family's success, achievements, because of your negative experiences that you might have by being successful, whatever vows you have made that being success is dangerous, which is still we are carrying in our DNA, and henceforth is blocking our success, our visibility. Please release it. Please help us, or open the doors of abundance to us. Please open the doors of accomplishments. Please do fill us with our prosperity that is our birthright. Please break all these chains of vows, burdens that are passed by us, which we are inherited by our DNA, genes, genetics, consciously or unconsciously. Make a request to release from these constraints of vows that are binding us to the past. Anything, as I heal, anything connected to this lack, debt, burden, negative connection, or curse is that is blocking abundance in all areas of your life is totally lifted, and may abundance in all forms enter into your life with the permission of your ancestors. The lack, limitation, bitterness experienced by your ancestors is no more part of your story. And as you made all these requests and declarations, notice your ancestors acknowledging your request with a gentle smile. And from there, ask them, is there a message that we have? Do we have a message? So just choose one or two ancestors who are ready to answer. Whoever you think you are missing the most, just have a conversation to them in this sacred gathering about a message, about a kind of guidance that you are wanting them to give you, and see if there is something you hear back. Now, as you listen to all that, let's also ask for forgiveness. We, without our knowledge, would have hurted our parents, grandparents, in-laws when they were alive. So let's all ask for their forgiveness. We are so sorry. With our wisdom, we have done this. But with our right now wisdom, we seek your humble forgiveness. And as I am healing, let all the pains that you had with them, all the distress you had in that relation, be lifted, nulled, nullified, vacuumed out from each of your being. So I do it with a pendulum, so that I'm filling you up with the pool of blessings of forgiveness. And similarly, the Lord of Ancestors whom we might be carrying guilt energy for whatsoever reason. We could have done better, we could have done more. So whatever that is stopping in having peace of mind, so lifting all the veils of guilt, because whenever we remember this guilt, it just poisons our memories, making us feel small. So healing all the guilt in front of our ancestors, because they are acceptful of the fact that whatever you have done, you have done, and you have done the best of your ability. Even if it means you have lifted the ICU, the ventilators, or if you have done something that been painful to them when they were alive, but at this point it's all done, dusted, dissolved. So there's no point in holding the guilt. That's what they want to convey to us. So lifting the veils of guilt. If any one of us are holding the veils of blame, lifting that also once for all. And as this diya light goes off, knowing that all of your ancestors are totally fulfilled, all of them are very happy, satisfied with you, knowing very well that they are indeed acceptful of lifting any of these veils that are there, that are showing up as blocks, stagnancy, curses, obstacles in any way, totally be removed from all of your lives in this sacred healing. Filling you up with a lot of abundance energy that is your birthright. Now, if there are any souls that are earthbound, that are ready to be put in this light, let's ask our ancestors' support to help them, to cajole them to come into the light. So, in the authority of power that is given to me, I would request all the earthborn souls that are connected to these families, if any, who are live, and the future viewers' families, to be able to enter into the light. Maybe today being Amavasya Gadiya, the portals are open. So let's all pray for their movement into the light. So putting all of the souls into the light who are ready to be put. So, and the light energies that we have just now in our homes are giving them the energy to enter into the light. So as the light, the wick goes off, it's a symbolism for our ancestors that have entered the light, along with all the burdens of the Pitru doshas or karmas being lifted very entirely. And whenever you watch this video, this healing codes are encoded into this. So totally passing into this light, and as we enter into the end of the session with a lot of relief and lightness, that these ancestors are happy seeing them, watching them, saying goodbye to each one of them with a personal message of thank you, asking them or blessing them. So one last time before we ask them to leave, let's all with lot of humbleness bless them at a collective level, at an individual level. Bless all our ancestors to have a great journey on the other side of the veil, with lot of abundance, lot of lessons, wisdom that their soul is ready to have. May them all have a great life after. May they rest, may they ascend, may they have reincarnations that are totally fulfilling them in their journeys. And as you bless them, Notice, imagine them having a great, beautiful smile, glowing brightly in that warm evening. And as you say goodbye, please accept the new souls that are joined into this ceremony with lot of good luck, lot of thankfulness that they have finally had courage to leave the earth and join their ancestors, their friends, their family members. So let them all have a small gathering, if any, who can have the no house. And in the presence of Ma Durga, Lord Garuda Swami, Lord Vishnu, and their favorite Ishta, let them all enter into the light one by one. So let's all, from the mother's side, say a warm goodbye to them and let them all dissolve into that white light along with this new earthbound souls that have entered into this realm, guarded by the light beings and Garuda Swami and other Ishta Devatas of theirs to welcome them into the light. As they all dissolve, asking mother's father's side to enter into the light back, to go back into their realms, thanking profusely for being generous to come on our request. And along with that, any other new earthbound souls just enter into that light. Similarly, asking our father's side, mother's family, maternal side, father's side, mother's side to go all saying goodbye, thanking each one of them for our generosity, for the always loving us and caring us, promising that we will live a life of dharma, we will live a life of artha, we will work towards fulfilling our karma so that we all one day can enter into light. Mukta. Doing the same with our fathers, saying whenever there is a next opportunity we are gonna meet, but at this point saying goodbye to each one of them. Doing the same with our in-laws side, saying thank you once again, and with a promise in our hearts that they're all there for us. We are never alone in this world. It's just that when we called, this many people came like a celebration. It's just that they're other side of the veil. So having that kind of confidence, and you have seen their love. Do they think they curse you? Do they think they'll do harm to you? No, right? With that understanding, once again sending all those loved ones, saying thank you, we miss you, we love you, endearingly sending each one of them, talking to them about their accomplishments, if any, saying thank you, bye bye. And all those newly earthbound souls that again, once again, giving them a message of you did great, you're gonna have a great journey along with our ancestors, so please pass on. With that, we ask the divine Ma Durga and all the divine beings of light and all the Devadutas that are present to just close that light, divine light passage, so that it just goes away and away and away. Totally now we are there in front of that fire with lot of empty chairs around. Looking around, you see there's so many chairs, knowing that this is all part of me, my life. These are all my ancestors who are there watching upon me. And with that conclusion, feeling a sense of relief and lightness that all the ancestral burdens are released, and lot of blessings that are flowing from them, that have flown from them, not just for you, but also your whole family, including the future generations. And with that assurance, thanking yourself for being here, thanking yourself for making time to do this honor to your ancestors, thanking Divine Mother Durga Ma, all your Ishta for supporting you in this journey, for all the co participants of this session who held space for us, thanking everybody who is there, expressing gratitude. And whenever you're ready, with a deep sense of gratitude, bring your awareness to the physical surroundings. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and whenever ready, open your eyes. Just let me know if you have come back and did you had a time to talk to your ancestors. Did you all come back? Did you all come back? Thank you, John Ji. We will do this ritual when we are guided again. Today I was guided to do it in Telugu, so for that I did it in English in the evening. Did please acknowledge all these people who are there? Did you all come back? Did you had a good experience with your ancestors? Did you had a conversation? Did you have uh, some kind of relation? Did you had time with them? Were you able to do it? Good. Okay. Know that our ancestors are so kind, right? They are. Do it after ma. Do see, listen to the recording. You will get to know it. Okay. All right then. Should we connect in another live whenever it is possible? We will do another live on another topic. Be it it'll be this is live, sir. It'll be there. On the same channel you'll find it. Amma Durga Ma, I think it is. I think it's okay not to have another baby because uh, I think in your thing it's only one child. I don't know. I feel like that. So no, whatever you are having right now, your daughter, please please teach them to be a good human being and divine being. That's more than enough, I think. I'm so sorry for telling so, but that's a message I hear from divine. All right then. Should we close this session? Have a very wonderful Saturday evening, or for those who are joining from the other side of the rest of the world, a happy morning of Saturday. And mm, do comment on, yeah, one baby is enough. If it's all right with your family, okay. In case if we will do some sessions on other not yet born, ma, Lavanya, not yet. There's one more person who also has messaged something on this about Adilakshmi Cheburu Amma. We have they actually he already has entered into light, so not a problem. Okay, but they are in the first seven only. Okay, they are repenting, so they are in the first uh, first level, which I say the first level is just they are entered the earth plane. They are there resting. పద్మావతి గారు వెళ్ళిపోయారండి. She went off. She's there. She's fine. She's in the resting phase, first level. She's in the heaven. Maybe you are totally tired, Amma. Your body is tired. When the body is tired, we can't meditate. So, meditation is a function of you having total energy. So, it's fine. Maybe my voice is relaxing. That's what usually I get to hear. So, when you're little energetic, again, you can try. We will do a series on how to talk to divine gods. There's a lot of request on this. Yeah, the babies, the children who have this miscarriage, they do uh they do enter into light, but um yeah, yeah, ma. uh but we should understand, because we do carry a lot of guilt about their miscarriage. See, these children who come into our wombs uh for a very short duration, because we do only have that small amount of runa with them, that much only is there. Like if the child is there in our womb for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 7 months, that soul has only that runa with us. Maybe it might be in some life I owe them something, or they wanted to show me some lesson, or put me into a pain by doing this kind of a uh, short duration. They result in this kind of miscarriages. So the best thing that we can do when we have miscarriages is to help us with uh, completions, asking forgiveness, so that the relationship between that soul and mine is complete. Okay, we will do a session on miscarriages. We will do a session of completing. Okay, is this session okay? I don't know. Let us, if there are a lot of children who are miscarried, that time it will be a more effective session. So let's hold, I will do a session who wants to complete our relation with those souls that we had miscarried, be it husband or wife, so that once for all we can release from our karmic clutches. Amma, what I will do is, I am literally little tired. Okay, before this I had a very severe session, but I since promised to have take the session at 8 o'clock. I did because that was a very, very intense session. It started at 5 and it ended till 8, and it was quite intense. So I am not able to focus on your questions because my soul is very tired. So I would answer all your questions. Please put it in the comments, and then I will answer. Okay, because I didn't anticipate that session to get to 3 hours. It was a very, very intense session. So I'm literally tired. So I would sincerely request your forgiveness for not being able to answer these questions, but I will do it in the comment section, and then you could hear back from me. Okay, so whoever have any questions, please do write. Also do write about the future sessions of healing that you may want, because the personal sessions are a little expensive. So I would want to how many other people who are not in a place to afford to pay and do, let them all get this healing in these group sessions. So whatever are your requests for healing, just put it. Whatever time I have after my havans for global good, I would definitely try to accommodate. Okay, at this point I'm literally tired. Okay, ma. So Ganapati series, like what to do for Vinayak Chavti? No, ma. Whatever is there, I won't do that. There's so many people already. It's printed. Perhaps I will do the Tattva of Ganapati if God allows me to talk about his wisdom and all that. What does he mean? But not on the puja parent, because my role is to talk about Tattva and make you fall in love with that God, not to feel like God is there. I am here. I don't have a connection with my God. Okay. And another thing I wanted to tell everybody, see, you might do 50 lakh japa, you might do 10 lakh japa, you might do 1 lakh japa. Japa is dhyana is one portion. Okay. After that, what needs to be done is understanding the tattva of divine and imbibing that into my life to understand my vices and overcome my vices. If I don't use my jnana siddhi, my japa siddhi to personalized my experience, to understand, to self inquire, to self get aware about my vices and understand, surrender that portion to divine, it's not easy for us to communicate with divine. So no matter how many times of recitations you would have done, no matter how many lakhs of japas you could have done, you will not be able to have any kind of communication with divine unless until you manifest, you translate that japa siddhi. When you do japa, your mind will calm down, your soul will get activated, you will start getting knowingness. That knowingness to translate into taking actions in line with the divine will. So this all is a whole experience altogether. And to get there, we need, because we have been resisting from taking those actions from many, many lifetimes, that will show up as a biggest problem in your life. So many of us just think the moment I do pray, my Ishta will bless me with the problem resolution. Yes, they do. But you also have equal responsibility to work on it, to act on it. Unless until you act on the actions that are needed to learn that lesson in that area that you are struggling, and once you get over it, then only you will have conversations with divine, then only you will be able to, many people write messages to me that we want to see God, we want to talk to God, we want to hear God. It's possible, it's not impossible, but there is so much of refinement that has to happen at an individual soul level when to reach that state. So I might be able to help you with the root of the problem, why you are going through suffering in the individual sessions, or so that the acceleration can happen. But even after that, you might have to put in the effort, you might have to um, actually work on overcoming your vices with self inquiry, being present, being able to do things that are beyond your comfort zone, challenging your uh, internal dialogue, and moving towards light every moment. Some days it might be every day, sometimes it might be every moment also, because there's a lot of internal resistance we have to do things which are not our comfort zone. For example, if this live session doing is not my comfort zone, because in some life I have been humiliated and I have a lot of lethargy towards taking this live session, and I feel that I have to do live, I have to talk, I have to share, I have to do. But knowledge sharing, humiliation happened in some life, and even so it happens, am I be totally acceptful of that situation? What is the freedom from this current life and the sadhana I am doing, that in the face of humiliation can I be peaceful? That is the circle of life that I need to attain. Until there's a beautiful example divine taught me yesterday, which I want to share as I'm going off, because we just got into this and I'm not using any of the answering questions because I don't have glasses, I can't see. I want to just share this experience of how divine teaches us things, and I want to say goodbye for the day. So yesterday I was asking divine ma, what is the difference, and she was telling me this beautiful example, and only ma can tell these examples, okay? She told the life of yours will be like chapati, okay? I was talking to one of our followers, and she gave me this example to teach her that how divine guidance can help them shield without their knowledge. So what she is telling was, our life without divine guidance will be like a roti, the one which we do pulka, which we put exactly on the fire, and we just get burnt without our knowledge, and we are burning and somebody has to lift us, and only then we will be coming out of that fire. But till then our life will be like struggle. So that is the experience of people who don't do sadhana, who don't surrender to God, who don't do any prayers, who are busy, busy, busy in doing their own stuff, but not surrendering to God. Okay, or not listening to divine guidance. So there'll be a lot of how, imagine yourself being a pulka on the fire. We'll be like totally burning up. So our problems feel so bad, and we'll be like, why am I going through this problem? Why am I going through this problem? I'm doing 2 malas, I'm doing 10 malas, I'm doing this, I'm not getting anything. Why? Because you might be doing malas, but you're not surrendering. You might be doing all the divine alignment work, but you might not be doing things that are, you are aligning, you think you are aligning with divine will, but you are doing something beyond it. Otherwise, problems won't be there. They should come down. The moment you are aligning or realigning with divine will, automatically that squeeze should come down. Okay, the moment that squeeze calms down, that means that is the side, that is the direction you have to take. If you still do some work and still there is lot of squeeze, still there is something that you are missing out. That's your first test to understand whether you are on the divine path or not. It doesn't matter you're doing 50 lakh japa, you're doing sitting and praying for whole day or not. Unless if you are taking the path and the squeeze has come down, that means that's the aligned path. Squeeze has not come down in that area you're struggling, that means you are not yet there. You need to rediscover, realign, self-inquire, talk to the guru, talk to people like whoever you think are can guide, and get to that path. That's on the tawa, the one with the pulka on the fire. And what happens when you align yourself with divine alignment? What happens is there will be a tawa in between. So you're putting a chapati. So what happens to the fire? The fire really heats up the tawa. But how much heat is transferred into the chapati is 1/4. Okay? So Mother Ma, Durga Ma, or our Ishta, whomever we are bestowing, literally takes up all that heat on the fire and exposes to little fire till what? The chapati gets cooked. Here in our case, the chapati is a metaphor for our vices, our problem to get resolved. And when we'll be taken away from that problem altogether, when we are taking the chapati out of the on the tawa, we press, put oil and see to it that all sides are evenly cooked. There's no rawness, there's no chapati flour kind of a feeling. Same way, divine also does lot of tests on this path by pressing us, squeezing us everywhere, understanding that this whole lesson learning part is totally done in all ways and forms. Okay, and once that is done, you remove the chapati out. So removing the chapati out of the tawa is example or a metaphor for your problem being solved. So you get tested multiple times on the same problem that you're going through, and it just doesn't vanish miraculously. The comes and goes in step. So the squeeze also has started not 1 to 10 100 shoot. No, you have done many lifetimes and you have ignored that problem. So today in this lifetime it has become like very severe. Now you start aligning yourself with divine will through surrender, parabhakti. Slowly, the penna comes, the tawa comes in between. She takes all the heat, and we are exposed to a portion of heat, which itself is burning because we are already like floor, sensitive to that problem. But the kindness of the divine here comes is, notice the love of God, that they fall on fire for us, to save us, to protect us, to guard us from the heat. As against the pulka example, where we are directly exposed to the heat. So that is our kindness. So if you look at from another sensitive angle, how much is our resistance paining our divine God? Tell us. And still she is still holding there on the fire till we learn the whole lesson. Is how many of us will have that commitment for people, though they are hurting, will we go and offer help? No, right? If that is how we are, how is divine? She can also, what is this? They are not teaching any lesson. How much ever I am taking heat also, they are not at all learning the lesson. I will also give up. Can mother do like that? Can our Lord Shiva do like that? Or Lord Krishna or Ganapati? Anybody do like that? No, right? Rain or shine, is it morning or night? Whenever we call Rama, Amma, Bhagavati, they will run and offer us help. That is why I keep telling, mother's love is unconditional. Whenever you get to know that experience of how much they care for us, how much they love us, we never doubt them. We never think, is my prayer going to them? Is they happy with me? Why am I not getting moksha? Why am I not getting to teach her? Why am I not seeing her? Why am I not feeling her? Why am I why? Doing anything with an expectation, still you're not there. What happens? Expectation is number one reason for all these problems in life. The more we expect, the more disaster. So acceptance is the key, right? So you keep doing your sadhana. Whenever you are ready, she is taking that much heat for you, being on the fire every moment, every second. And do you think she will stall your spiritual growth and journey? The moment you are ready, she'll be the first person to come and hug you and say, Naina vachava, come in my Telugu. Amlu vachava, da. Meaning in English, it is like endearingly saying, oh little one, you come, oh child, did you come? Like this. They talk so beautifully like this, so much love that we end up in tears. That is the reason the first thing we experience divine is we end up crying, because everything that they do, we know that it is filled with love, unconditional love that this little heart can't take. That is how we feel. Amma, you don't show so much love, I will end up crying. I keep telling in all my lives and experiences. So my, we think our heart is so strong, but we'll only know how weak-minded we are when God really comes and shows us the love that they shower on us, the little things that they do for us, and the big things that they do for us. And we are in so big blindedness that we can't even understand how much that their love matters to us. So that is what is the message I want to leave. And when that happens, when Ma told me this example of tawa and chapati and pulka in this such simple words, right? I don't know to say such things. Okay, it's not me at all. It's only Divine Mother. Only she tells me like this example so that we understand. Okay, so sensitively. And then I understood the inner meaning of Prahlada, Lord Bhakta Prahlada. He says in Bhagavata that when he falls down, he cries that, oh Krishna, oh Vasudeva, oh, oh Vishnu, Narayana, you got hurt because of me. Ayo, somebody, because when he is thrown into from mountains, Lord Vishnu falls down, and on that little child falls down. So Lord Vish, he just don't cry for himself. Lord, that is why he's even remembered today, Bhakta Prahlada we call, because he says, oh Vishnu, you got hurt because of me. Naina, did you get hurt? Did your hands and legs got scratched? Ayo, 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 he cries. That is what is told. Then we don't understand the severity of it when we see it, when you hear it, when you read it. But when Divine shows us, there is no way we will not cry. We will keep crying like endlessly, looking at that mercy, compassion, kindness. So I want to leave with this one simple message. Never ever, whatever are the difficulties you are going through, God is not blind to it. They are watching over us. But there is some arhata that we have to earn. We have to get to that level. And to get there, they are supporting us through all ways. Even talking to this channel, listening to my words, that itself is one way that you are already there listening. Not because I'm great or what. It's just Divine finds thousand ways. If it's not me, someone else, someone else, someone else. Somebody who appeal to your senses, somebody who suits your aching soul. Divine sends such people, make us people like us talk such words and ensure that you are samadhana, you are taken care, you are feel reassured in those words. So I want all of you to double your sadhana, double your prayers, double your faith on Divine as you do. Don't focus on diction, don't focus on rituals, doing it with grandeur. At last, Lord Krishna already told they accept even small leaf also, flower also, water also. Don't have to be big gestures, but know the tattva and imbibe that tattva in you. Learn to see divine in me and lead to divine in others, and be as compassionate as one can in this whole process. And that way, you will be able to see your divine in everybody and in yourself. And that divine you see in your heart center is much more prettier than any photos of gods you see. And the gods you actually get to see darshan, there is no word. I often fail short of words and I keep telling they're beautiful, they're pretty, they're pretty, they're pretty, because their prettiness can't be described in multiple words. Still, we fall short. That is their beauty, that's their mercy, that's their compassion. But don't think that because today you're going through hard work, hard pain, and the God is not answering your question, or they are not soothing your pain just by reciting one mala, two mala, 10 mala, 1000 mala, 1 lakh mala, something you are doing wrong. And it is not possible for me to talk to everybody and keep telling you this is the problem you are going through. So I am squeezed out time. That's the reason whenever I get some time I keep doing such lives. And with divine grace, if I'm able to allow, I keep doing more also by her grace, her permission, and my humble request that Ma gives permission to share her tattva if I am eligible to share with this the world. But I I only ask you to reflect upon. Ask your ancestors to help you. Ask your Ishta to tell you in dreams in every ways possible about what is that I am missing out. Why am I going through this pain? Why am I going through this problem? And please ask them, listen for their answer. They are ready to help us. We only are in our own, we want only like answer be given in this way. So God is trying to do it in other ways. We don't want to hear or accept answer. We only want this result. If this result come only, I will accept as God's guidance. That's not the way God responds. They give us it different ways. So please keep your all five senses open to how divine is responding to your query, and see to it that you try to align. And the litmus test is, the moment you align, automatically you get soothed. Your tightness will come down. There's an assurance that's coming from my behind that yes, this is the path. So when you know that, that's the path you need to take, and from there you move on to next steps. All right, so that is it from me. Please do remember to write all the questions in the comments, because I don't have a access to look at these replay messages. Please do share this channel message with your friends and family who are interested in this kind of content, because I alone can't do the everything, and you are all there here for a reason. And please do, if you think it is worth of sharing. Okay, there's no again a demand. Okay, that's all from my end. So have a very good night for all the people in India, and a very great evening or a great morning for other side of the world. Namaste. Sarvam Sri Jagdambarpanamastu.